The Fatimid challenge. In the shadows of the mighty Abbasid Caliphate, a new power was rising, one that dared to question the religious legitimacy of the Abbasids, challenge their political supremacy, and rewrite the very story of Islamic leadership. They were not mere rebels or regional warlords. They were the Fatimids, an empire built on Shia ideology, claiming descent from the Prophet Muhammad himself, and destined to shake the Islamic world to its core. Welcome to Sands of History, where the forgotten tales of empires, caliphs, conspiracies, and revolutions come back to life. If you want to support our work financially and help us continue sharing powerful stories like this, check out the links in the description. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video if you enjoy it. Let's uncover how the Fatimid Caliphate rose to challenge the might of the Abbasids and nearly rewrote Islamic history. The roots of division, Sunni versus Shia. To understand the Fatimid challenge, we must first go back to the root of the Sunni-Shia divide, a conflict not over theology, but over rightful leadership. After the death of the Prophet Muhammad, a question arose: who should lead the Muslim community? The majority chose Abu Bakr, the Prophet's close companion, as the first caliph. But a minority believed that leadership should stay within the Prophet's family, passing to his cousin and son-in-law, Ali ibn Abi Talib. This group would evolve into the Shia, the party of Ali, and their vision of Islamic leadership would differ drastically from the Sunni consensus. As centuries passed, the Abbasids, who seized power in 750 CE by overthrowing the Umayyads, claimed to be the rightful leaders of the Muslim world. But not everyone agreed. The birth of the Fatimid movement. In the 9th century, amid growing dissatisfaction with Abbasid rule, especially in North Africa, a secretive network of Shia missionaries, known as Da'is, began spreading a revolutionary ideology. They preached that the true Imam, a descendant of the Prophet's daughter Fatima and Ali, would soon appear and lead the Ummah into a new golden age. Their message resonated deeply among Berber tribes in North Africa, particularly the Kutama. These tribes, marginalized by the Sunni Abbasids and desperate for change, became the backbone of the Fatimid movement. In 909 CE, their messianic dream became a reality. A man named Ubayd Allah al-Mahdi Billah declared himself the rightful imam and caliph. He claimed direct descent from Fatima, the daughter of the Prophet, and announced the birth of a new empire, the Fatimid Caliphate. The founding of a Shia caliphate. The Fatimids established their first capital at Mahdia in modern-day Tunisia, and for the first time, the Muslim world had two competing caliphs, one Sunni in Baghdad and one Shia in North Africa. This was not just a political split, it was a profound religious challenge to Abbasid legitimacy. The Fatimids did not merely call themselves kings or emirs. They claimed the title of caliph, the leader of all Muslims. They saw the Abbasids as usurpers, accusing them of deviating from the true path of Islam and of persecuting the Prophet's family. In the eyes of the Fatimids, they were restoring the rightful lineage of leadership. The ideological war. This dual caliphate led to an intense ideological battle. The Abbasids accused the Fatimids of heresy, while the Fatimids responded with their own theological attacks. Both sides produced scholars, preachers, and poets to promote their version of Islamic truth. The Fatimids emphasized the concept of the hidden imam and the esoteric knowledge, batin, that only the true imam could reveal. They established Al-Azhar University in Cairo as a center of Shia learning and dawah. It became a powerhouse of Shia jurisprudence and missionary activity across the Islamic world. Meanwhile, the Abbasids doubled down on Sunni orthodoxy, empowering the ulama and promoting the hadith sciences to legitimize their own claim to religious authority. Expansion and power. Cairo rises. By the mid-10th century, the Fatimids had outgrown their North African base. In 969 CE, under the leadership of the brilliant general Jawhar al-Sakili, they captured Egypt, a land that had been under nominal Abbasid control. They founded a new capital, Cairo, or Al-Qahira, the victorious. Cairo would become the jewel of the Fatimid Empire, a city of opulence, learning, and architectural splendor. From here, the Fatimids expanded their influence into Syria, the Hijaz, and even Yemen. At their height, their reach extended from the Atlantic Ocean to the Red Sea. This posed a direct threat to the Abbasids, whose own caliphate was in decline. Baghdad, once the unrivaled capital of the Muslim world, was now plagued by internal divisions and Turkic military domination. The Abbasids still held symbolic authority, but the Fatimids wielded real power, and they were not afraid to use it. The quest for Mecca and Medina. One of the Fatimids' most audacious moves was their claim over Mecca and Medina, the two holiest cities in Islam. These cities were under the nominal authority of the Abbasids, but with the help of sympathetic local leaders, the Fatimids occasionally succeeded in having the Friday khutbah, sermon, delivered in the name of their Imam Caliph. This was no small gesture. In medieval Islamic politics, the Friday khutbah was a symbol of legitimate rule. Having it read in your name was tantamount to being recognized as the rightful caliph. The Abbasids viewed this as an open provocation, but they were too weak militarily to stop it. The symbolic tug-of-war over Mecca and Medina reflected the deeper religious civil war that was raging across the Muslim world. Decline and internal struggles. Despite their military and ideological successes, the Fatimids were not invincible. Their reliance on Berber and later Turkic mercenaries created internal fractures. The rigid hierarchy of their religious doctrine, centered around the Imam Caliph, made transitions of power difficult. Economic challenges, revolts in North Africa, and increasing pressure from Sunni powers, especially the Seljuks and later the Crusaders, gradually eroded Fatimid strength. The Abbasids, meanwhile, survived through strategic alliances, most notably with the Seljuks, who defended Baghdad from both Fatimid expansion and other Sunni rivals. By the 12th century, the Fatimid state was a shadow of its former self. In 1171 CE, Saladin, the Sunni general and founder of the Ayyubid dynasty, formally ended the Fatimid Caliphate. He reintroduced Sunni Islam in Egypt and had the Friday sermon read in the name of the Abbasid Caliph once again. The legacy of the Fatimids. Though their empire collapsed, the Fatimid legacy endures. They left behind monumental architecture, including the Al-Azhar Mosque and the city of Cairo itself. Their promotion of arts, sciences, and literature during their golden age enriched Islamic civilization. Religiously, their impact on Shia Islam remains profound. The Fatimids were the only major Shia dynasty to rule as caliphs over a vast Islamic empire. Their descendants, the Isma'ili, continue to follow the line of imams to this day, with the Aga Khan as their spiritual leader. And perhaps most importantly, the Fatimid challenge forced the Sunni Abbasids to sharpen their own religious identity, invest in scholarship, and navigate the perilous politics of a divided ummah. A challenge that shaped history. The Fatimids did not merely rebel. They redefined what it meant to be caliph, to be legitimate, and to lead the Muslim world. For more than 2 centuries, they stood as formidable rivals to the Abbasids, not only in power but in ideology and religious authority. Their story is one of ambition, belief, and a revolutionary attempt to reshape the Islamic world in the image of a different vision, one rooted in the household of the Prophet, but fiercely contested by those in Baghdad. If you found this story insightful, help us continue our work by supporting us financially through the links in the description. Your support keeps Sands of History alive. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with others who love learning about the hidden chapters of our past. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep uncovering the sands of history.